Negosyo with Joe on Capital 104.3. Negosyo with Joe. Paano ba magsimula ng negosyo? What are the do's and don'ts? How do you grow your money? Get a real-life guide from authorities in the industry. Tune in to Negosyo with Joe. Negosyo with Joe. Fridays 4 to 5 p.m. Only here on Capital 104.3. Negosyo with Joe.
You're tuned in to Capital 104.3. This is Negosyo with Joe with yours truly. My name is Joe, keeping you company until 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Today is June 5, 2026, and my team and I could not be happier. Napaka-excited po namin, napakasaya ngayong hapong ito because we had two special guests, of course, in the first two episodes. But today, syempre, ang nag-iisang pangbansang wealth coach ay nandito kasama natin sa studio. Ayan. All the titos and titas in their cars, whether you are at home in your cars, on the way home, are very excited as well. So huwag na tayo magpa-delay, sir. Huwag na tayo magpa-tumpik. I-introduce na natin ang ating very special guest for the afternoon. Ang walang katulad, nag-iisang pambansang wealth coach, Sir Chinky Tan. Sir, welcome to the show.
Yes. Hi, Joe. Mabuhay ka at mabuhay yung mga taong nakikinig at nanonood ngayon.
Ayan, ako sir, sabi ko nga kanina, lahat ng mga titos at titas sa ating radio station, sa ating palabas na nakikinig ay very excited now kasi nga, syempre, panahon natin. Anyway, so welcome to the show, sir. Thank you so much for being here. At pinaka gusto po natin mangyari, Sir Chinky, syempre, you are our pambansang wealth coach. Ay ma-share natin yung ating mga insights sa mga gusto maging entrepreneur, sa mga gusto mag-invest. So let's start muna, sir, siguro on the lighter side of things.
Go.
Pakilala muna tayo, Sir Chinky. Sino nga ba si Chinky Tan? Sir, what do you do now?
Yeah, right now, I'm considered as in terms of teaching people on how to become wealthy and debt-free. Specifically, when it comes to area of finances, no? We teach people on how to make money, handle money, invest money, and protect money.
Yes. On this side, sir, bago ka naging lahat ng yan, what do you do? Did you study? Ano bang unang ginagawa mo? Nung bata ka, nag-aral ka, ganyan. Ano ba yung story? Sino ba si Chinky Tan sa mga, for those living under a rock, sir, sa mga hindi nakakilala? Paano nga ba nangyari lahat ng yan, sir?
It started when I was age 12. Ako yung lumaki sa Tondo during that time. And when I was age 12, we experienced one of the biggest challenges ng buhay namin. My father business collapse.
Yes.
Yung next 3 years, yan ang pinakamahirap. And one thing that I discovered is, mahirap maging mahirap. Iba ang tingin sa'yo ng tao pag wala kang pera. People look at you, treat you differently. So, during that time, basically what I did to make both ends meet, I started to be in sales. My first venture was selling toilet paper. And when I was selling toilet paper, yung first reality ng buhay, yun nga, really spoke to me. Specifically, yung mga taong ini-expect kong bibili at susupport sa akin, yan ang hindi bumibili at sumusupport. And yung mga taong hindi mo ini-expect,
yun bumili.
yes. So parang I told myself na sabi ko, iba talaga yung mundo, di ba? And so, basically, I sold pants, shoes, and shirts. I've been in sales for over 49 years already.
So, as early as adolescent, sir, teenage, yan.
12 years
12
old.
years old.
So, technically, if you know how to compute, I'm 61 already.
Ay, wala sa itsura ni sir, pero
mukhang 62 lang, di ba?
mukhang 60 lang, sir. So yeah, go ahead, sir, go ahead.
So, yun, that's what basically I did. I hit my first million in my 20s. Yun ang parang parang hugot ko. The reason why I want to help other people because I know how it feels na mawala. Kaya nga, galit talaga ako sa hirap. And I'm looking for people and I want to help people who are also in the same position just like I was, na gusto talagang makaahon sa buhay.
And a lot of Filipinos, Sir Chinky, to be really honest, nasa ganyang sitwasyon until at this very moment.
Yeah.
And kung narinig niyo po yung one of our plugs, sabi doon, how do you make your first million? Pero basically, yun nga, kung ano mga trinay mo, sir, tama ba?
Yeah.
Before you made your first million?
Yeah, I made my first million in my 20s nga during that time. Pero ang pinaka natutunan ko talaga, you seek one thing that you're good at. Kung saan ka magaling, doon ka mag-focus. And one thing that I'm really good at is taking something that's very complicated and make it very simple for people to understand. So,
can you give us a specific example for that, sir? Ano bang something complicated tapos papadali natin ng konti?
Yeah, like for example, yung parang yung concept lang ng parang 'di ba, yung paano ka magtitipid.
Okay, that's very, very simple.
Yeah, 'di ba, in terms of, yun nga, sometimes it's so difficult. Pero yung reality, kung titignan mo, ang gagamitin mo lang yung bawas dagdag method.
Okay.
Oh, like for example, bawas dagdag, 'di ba? Parang it sounds, ano yung bawas dagdag? Bawasan mo unnecessary gastos, dagdagan mo yung income mo. So it's simple. Bawas in terms of unnecessary expenses. Like for example, kain sa labas. Minimum niyan 500. 'Di ba? Kung gawin mo 2 times a week, 1,000 a week times 4 week, 4,000 a month times 12 months, 48,000 in a year. So, if you cannot afford that lifestyle kasi sweldo mo 24 net, so 48 ang ginagastos mo, baka probably you can just cut it into half. So, instead of 4 times in a month ang kain mo sa labas, just make it 2 times.
Isa lang.
Oo. So, make it conscious, and then, so you cut it already by half. Bawas na yun. And then second, dagdagan mo yung income mo. And I always tell people, you're just 1 skill away to double your income. Like for example, hindi mo alam paano mag-hosting, natuto ka mag-hosting. Right now, can charge 5,000 to 10,000 per gig. Diba? So, dagdag income na yun.
Sir, deducing from yung kwento mo na yun, yung strategies na yan, ano ba yan, sir? Tinuro ba ni Papa o ni Mama? Did you learn that on the way? Or ano ba? Paano ka nagkaroon ng ganyang klase ng mga knowledge?
Hindi kasi pagkalaki kang Divisoria at kalaki sa parang yun na yung parang Di ba may kasabihan, if you're an average of the 4 people that you associate with, kung 4 ang kasama mong tumador, pang 5 ka. Kung 4 ang kasama mo chismoso, pang 5 ka. Pag 4 ang kasama mong negosyante, pang 5 ka. And majority of the people that I associate with ever since when I was young, nagnenegosyo na tapos nagbebenta na So you get to learn from them, and I cannot really take credit sa lahat ng ginagawa ko. Yun. Ako, I always tell people, learning from other people's mistakes and experiences is the best teacher.
Gusto ko rin yan sa sinabi mo na yan kasi di ba sometimes sabi ng mga tao na kailangan mong itry para matuto ka. Pero may sinabi ka na, hindi, you can learn actually from their mistakes na hindi mo na kailangan gawin.
Exactly. Why should you commit all the mistakes? You know? Pati ba yan, sasopangin mo pa. Di ba, yung parang magtanong ka na lang sa mga taong mas marunong sa'yo, mas magagaling sa'yo in order to be able to guide you.
Now, going back to that, nandun pa rin tayo sa era na yan, sir, no? So you were 12 years old in your teens. Can you still remember, sir, ano yung unang mong palpak? Meron bang palpak o meron kang lesson na natutunan in entrepreneurship?
Yeah, definitely. Yung parang getting into something that you do not understand.
Ako maganda yun.
Oo, kasi pag hindi ka marunong talaga, magkakamali ka talaga. Like, kunyari, maraming tatanong sa akin, anong magandang negosyo na umpisahan? Ang unang dapat tanong ko sa iyo is, marunong ka bang magnegosyo? Parang sinasabi mo sa akin, gusto kong, ano magandang sasakyan na i-drive?
Correct.
Dapat ang unang tanong sa'yo, marunong ka
mag-drive?
Kasi kung hindi ka marunong mag-drive ka, mababangga ka. Kung hindi ka marunong nagnegosyo ka, ika nga malulugi ka.
So, paano yun, sir? Ano yung una mong pinakamalaking yung very memorable mo na failure ba or mistake nung natutunan nung ba't nagsisimula ka pa?
Yun nga, I sold a watch during that time. Hindi naman ako familiar sa watches. Tapos it's water resistant. So inong inabot ko sa yung sa client, talaga water resistant. Sige, try ko ha. O sige, hugasan ko ha. Sabi ko, resistant naman 'yan. Ang ginawa niya, nawala siya ng 30 minutes. Tapos pagbalik, sira na yung watch. Sabi ko, sir, ba't di na gumagana? Hindi naman pala maganda watch mo marupok . Sir, anong ginawa mo? Niloblob niya sa aquarium.
Resistant lang naman, diba?
Hindi naman waterproof.
Waterproof.
Iba yung waterproof sa resistant. So, ever since that time, I lost money. Sinabi ko, ayoko nang magbenta ng mga bagay na hindi ko alam talaga.
Gusto ko rin yung isang kwento mo, sir, na nauso yung brownout . Naalala mo yung 90s, sir, diba? Ano yung ginawa mong produkto nun, sir?
During that time, I was one of the first who was able to develop a rechargeable fan. Yeah, wala pang rechargeable fan during that time.
Ngayon yung mga Jisoo Life.
Iba na yun. So, basically, cut the long story short, ako ang nagsusupply sa lahat ng mga hardware store, mga appliance store. So, we were making around, I think, 30 to 40,000 a day during that time.
A day?
A day.
That time?
1990s. 1992.
Grabe, 1992. Maybe pa ako nun, sir. Medyo ko lang. So, yun nga, sir. So, you turned, gusto ko yung aspect na there was adversity, malaking problema ng brownout in the 90s. Pero, imbes na magreklamo ka, imbes na, init, you thought of making it into an opportunity.
Yeah, I always tell people, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Pag may challenge, may opportunity talaga. Just like in the pandemic, marami rin talaga umasenso, especially those people who sold vitamins, PPE at the same time, face mask and face shield. And during that time, I also pivoted. No? Nung 2020, naka-work from home na kami since, I think, around 18 years ago. Yung buong team ko. At the same time, naka-ano na kami, 18 years old ago also, nagsa-social media na ako. And then, at the same time, in the year 2018, naka-online na yung mga courses ko.
Lahat.
So that's the reason why when yung pandemic hit, parang it's a timing, yung business namin grew by 300%.
So it wasn't as bad as people think. It really depends on how you view life, sir. Ganun talaga yan, no?
Because the only thing that is permanent in this world is change. Di ba? Like for example, ngayon na naman, there's a great disruption that's happening right now sa mga pagnenegosyo at the same time sa workforce, yung pagpasok ng AI, artificial intelligence. So, yun nga, I went into a session last year sa November sa New York, sa Jarvis Center. And then, yun nga, one biggest question that was asked often sa session na yun was, can AI change the jobs of people? And the answer was no. AI will not change or replace the job of people, but AI will replace people who refuse to learn AI.
Makes sense.
Like before kasi, when you apply, definitely one of the greatest asset that you can, are you computer literate? But right now, ang tanong na ngayon ng HR, are you AI literate?
Parang hindi pa yata ako AI literate.
So kung hindi ka AI literate, you're at a disadvantage because people can work faster. AI kasi is a tool to make everything faster lang and simpler, but still ikaw pa rin yun.
Sir, you're full of wisdom, you're such a sage. Can you tell us kung pwede ba natin i-break down or deconstruct yung lahat ng yan sa isang budding or nagsisimulang entrepreneurs, sir? Ano ba yung talagang wag na wag mong gagawin when you're starting a business? Meron ka bang list na ganun, sir? Or top 3 or top 5?
Yeah, number 1, never get into something that you do not understand. That's number 1. Number 2, never borrow money in order for you to get started.
Okay.
Kasi kunyari, nangutang ka para mag-umpisa ng negosyo, diba? Anong chance mo to succeed? High or low?
Low.
Low. So kung nawala na yung perang inutang mo, tapos nagbabayad ka pa ng interest, it's a painful reminder of your mistake. That's the reason why I always tell people, kung gusto mag-start, number 1, either wala kang puhunan, or number 2, inipon mo. Just in case you lose it, diba? Ang nawala lang ipon, pero wala kang liability. And then number 3, never also get into business with people that you do not trust. Kasi minsan may opportunity pero hindi mo naman pinagkakatiwalaan Or maybe naman, number 4, never get into someone that you trust but it's not skilled. Hindi naman nila alam.
Okay.
Kasi kailangan competent din yung tao Pinagkakatiwalaan mo pero hindi naman niya alam. Di ba? So ito yung mga bagay na kailangan mong iwasan pag nag-uumpisa ka.
Sir, yung namang mga nakapagsimula na sila, they're running their business, yung ano naman yung mga hindi mo i-advise na gawin nila kapag tumatakbo na yung negosyo, sir, business ka na, ano ba yung mga pwedeng, paano ka how is, ito pa yung tanong ko kay Carlo rin, sir, is sales very important in a business?
Definitely. The foundation of any business is selling. Kunyari, imagine mo, kung wala kang benta, paano magiging profitable ang negosyo mo? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, laki ng negosyo ko pero wala akong kabenta-benta. Diba? Just like dito sa channel na ito. Like for example, in order for you to run this program, kailangan mo ng advertisers.
Correct.
Kung wala kang bentang advertisers, paano mo sustain tong program na ito? So, the foundation of a business is selling.
How do you become a good salesman, sir? I mean, is it innate ba yan, sir? O ikaw siguro, you grew up in an entrepreneurial environment. Pero if you're not really a salesman, do you have skills or do you attend to your courses, mga ganyan?
Yeah, well, I do believe probably people ask, are salesmen born or made?
Yes, that's a question.
Actually, they're both. You must be first born before you can be made. Hindi ko naman pwedeng, di ba? Meron ka na ba nakita na lumabas sa sinapupunan ng nanay niya paglabas? I'm a fantastic salesman. So, for me, selling is a skill na pwede mo matutunan. Just like ABCDE, di ba? Kung gusto mo talaga matutunan, pwede mo matutunan. For me, selling is not convincing but selling is sharing.
Selling is sharing.
Well, every day you sell. Like for example, you ate at a good restaurant, pinicturean mo, pinost mo, nakita ng friend mo, bumili, kumain, sino kumita? Yung restaurant. Diba? Nag-OOTD ka sa isang resort. Tinanong, saan yun? Ay, grabe, ang ganda na experience ko. Tapos, super worth it talaga. O saan yan? Punta nga ako. So, you are sharing. You are not forcing and convincing. As a matter of fact, pag post mo, tinanong mo ba sa friend, oy, pumunta ba kayo? Grabe, wala kayong pakasama. Hindi mo naman kinoconvince sila. Because once you share something, because you are so convinced,
correct.
And then if ever they don't experience it, it's not your loss, it's theirs.
Gets.
And likewise, kunyari, if I'm going to sell an insurance product to you to protect you as the breadwinner, hindi kita kailangan pilitin. Bakit? Kasi if you don't buy it, hindi naman ako magiging beneficiary mo eh. Sana kung ako ang magiging beneficiary mo.
Correct.
Pero hindi.
Hindi naman.
Kaya nga, ang goal natin, you don't convince, you just share.
Sir Jinky, yung sabi ko kanina, marami nakikinig sa atin and we do understand you from, since we are older, we are 50s and 60s. Yung mga bata ngayon, sir, medyo, we can say that, maraming articles na nababawasan daw sila ng soft skills or person skills, human skills daw. Do you think that way? Or ano mong bang kulang sa mga kabataan natin ngayon para to achieve such a ganyang klase ng pag-iisip?
Well, I cannot blame them right now. It's so hard kasi you're born in an era where yung exposure mo is the screen eh. During in our era, yung mga, di ba, 1960s ako di ba? 60s, 70s, 80s. Yun ang era na talagang wala ka pang social media, wala ka pang computer, wala ka pang cellphone. Ang kausap mo talaga tao eh. Wala kang choice eh. So you get to play outside, you get to interact with other people, you learn how to adjust people's skills. Pero right now, when you're born in the 90s, yun na yung start ng ng screen era eh.
Correct.
Diba? So ang kausap nila, ang engage nila is screen. So nababawasan talaga yung human interaction. That's the reason why mataas ang IQ na karamihan ng tao ngayon because of information and technology, pero napakababa ng EQ. O alam mo yung EQ?
Emotional.
Hindi yung diaper. Hindi.
Yung joke
Hindi. Yung emotional quotient.
Correct.
And then also, not only that they are having a hard time interacting with people, and then, like for example, isa pang mahirap, yung tinatawag na AQ.
AQ. Ano naman po yung sa mga nakikinig sa atin dyan sa radyo, sa sakyan, ano po yung IQ is intelligence quotient, yung EQ emotional quotient. Searching, ano yung EQ?
It's called adversity quotient. Diba? Whenever you fail, whenever you get rejected, how do you handle adversity? Kaya nga yun yung nahihirapan sila, di ba? Yung parang nagkakaroon na talagang mental health issues. Kasi nga hindi nila alam paano to respond to these things eh. Diba? That's the reason why ang dami ng label.
Correct.
But during our time, anong label? Ang label lang sa'yo pag nag-aano ka, nag-inaarte ka during that time. Palo o saka.
Sorry, hindi ako mag-react. Gets ko, sir.
So, yun yung isang challenge. That's a major challenge right now. And again, I cannot put them at fault.
Correct.
And then right now, you go to a restaurant, di ba? Just to distract the child. Anong ginagawa ng parent? Nilalagyan ng iPad yung tapos yun ay pinapanood. So imagine mo, paano sila lalaki na marunong sila makipag-interact?
Kahit yung pagtawag lang sa waiter, sir, di ba?
Yeah.
Sir Jinky, may interrupt kita. Meron tayong phone-in question coming directly from our studio. Sabi niya dito, sir, can an introvert achieve success in business?
Yes, definitely. May isa kasing number one, yung extrovert, yun diba? You're a people person, you love to communicate, you love to sell. Pero there are also CEOs, diba? Chief Executive Officers that are really good in managing.
Correct.
Managing the company, creating systems, no? So I do believe it must work both ways. Because in an organization, there must be a thinker, planner, doer, and checker. Diba? May mga iba taga-isip, taga-plan. Yung mga iba taga-execute, yung mga iba taga-check. So iba-iba ang personality profile.
So parang kailangan you know yourself din, parang ganun.
Definitely. You cannot sell something to others if you cannot sell yourself. Diba?
Ganun.
Ang unang binebenta mo hindi product and service eh. Ang unang binebenta mo yung sarili mo eh.
Speaking of sarili mo, sir, is a personal brand nowadays very important? Kasi diba dati brand parang Samsung o kaya Nokia ganyan. Ngayon sa panahon ngayon parang napaka brand conscious ng mga tao. Pero yung tao or may-ari ng product ang tinitingnan nila. Sa palagay mo, I mean, coming from the 60s, 70s, 80s, ngayon, gano'n talaga ka-importante? O meron na bang personal branding ng panahon natin?
Dati hindi pa masyado
diba?
Pero ngayon kasi if you notice, like for example, if you look at yung Tesla, tignan mo yung social media ng Tesla, tignan mo yung social media ni Elon Musk. Sino mas maraming followers?
Si Elon Musk.
Exactly. Kasi people buy Tesla because of Elon Musk. Diba? Ngayon, di mo nga alam kung sino may-ari ng Coke eh. Diba?
Sino
diba?
may-ari ng Coke?
You don't know. Pero yun nga. Pero right now, people already follow. Like for example, another person, like yung si Jake Paul ba yun? Diba meron silang mga energy, mga parang drinks? As a matter of fact, tanong mo nga, anong drinks yun? Hindi, basta alam ko kay Jake Paul yun eh. So I associate the drink with Jake Paul. Like for example, kay Mr. Beast also, 'di ba? Meron siyang chocolate brand. Hindi ko
alam yung chocolate brand
exactly, pero alam ko may chocolate brand si Mr. Beast. Ayan. So kung makikita mo talaga yung yung personal brand is really the way to go right now.
Ngayon sa panahon natin.
Even in local, 'di ba? Yung mga brands like for example, yung kay Rosmar, 'di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rosmar products. It's because of Rosmar. People buy it because of Rosmar, not because yun nga, dahil maganda lang yung product.
So again, sa mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon, time check tayo mabilisan, Sir Jay, Sir Chinky. It's now 4:21 in the afternoon. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakapakinig ng programa namin, welcome to our third episode only. This is Negosyo with Joe on Capital 104.3. And we have no less than the man himself, ang ating idol, Tito, ang pambansang wealth coach, Sir Chinky Tan. Sir Chinky, pinag-uusapan na natin yung personal branding. Now, sa panahon ng AI, you mentioned kanina na parang ang pinaka-technical or skill na hinahanap ngayon ng mga HR. Are you AI? Ano nga ba?
Yeah.
Are you AI? Literate. So, does that mean talaga, sir, na if you do not study AI or hindi ka mag-improve ng sarili mo, wala kang pupuntahan?
Hindi naman, pero syempre yung skills pa rin hindi nawawala eh. Diba? Lalo na kung like for example, there are certain opportunities or businesses or profession that AI cannot replace. Mm-hmm. Like carpintero ka, pwede ba AI yan? Oo, di ba? Hindi na mawawala yan. Pero kailangan, if you're a carpenter right now, and I hope that you can also use technology. Like for example, meron akong isang help sa bahay.
Correct.
Pero yung house help ko, very literate siya sa ChatGPT.
Talaga?
So, lahat ng mga reporting niya, like for example, we're designing our backyard, gumawa kami ng pond.
Lahat GPT niya?
Hindi, pinicturean lang niya yung mismong yung pinaka-vacant lot. Tapos, pinamp lang niya, tapos pinakita niya sa akin, boss, ito yung potential. So, bago pa namin na-build, nakita na namin yung potential. So, in other words, if carpenters and would be able to learn how to use this, they will be able to present themselves more clearly rather than drawing, di ba? Rather than di-describe mo lang. So you can use this technology for your advantage.
Gusto ko yung analogy mo, sir, na parang katulong mo talaga yung AI, Hindi siya, AI will never replace us humans.
Yeah.
Pero pwede mo siyang makatulong unless talagang hindi ka wala kang alam, di ba? So if you are a carpenter, if you are kasambahay na gusto mag-design ng garden, pwede mong gamitin yung ChatGPT.
Yeah, at the same time, kung gusto mo matuto magluto, you can also ask ChatGPT to give you the step-by-step guide on how to cook new foods.
Now let's go local naman. Speaking of foods and skills ng mga kababayan natin, Sir Chinky, meron tayong again another phone-in question, sir. As you can see here, sabi naman dito ng ating tanong, what is the biggest financial advice Filipinos keep repeating that you think is wrong or irrelevant? Parang sir, malinaw sa panahon niyo.
Well, yung parating sinasabi nga na hindi ako makapag-umpisa ng negosyo dahil wala akong puhunan. Okay, kung wala kang puhunan, di bigyan mo 1 million isang tambay. Bigyan mo 1 million. Lalo na yung mga nagkakalat. Alam mo yung nagkakalat? Nag-scatter. Bigyan mo ng 1 million. Balikan mo siya after 1 year. Ano palagay niyo mangyayari?
Ubus yung 1 million.
Ubus na yan. Di ba? Baka 1 week lang, ubus na yan eh. Pero tanggalin mo yung kayamanan ng isang bilyonaryo.
Yaman pa rin yan.
Balikan mo siya after 1 year.
Makabalik niya yung 1 million, sir.
Oo. Di ba? Parang that's the point. That's one of the biggest lie. I don't have money, that's the reason why I cannot start. Even though you have all the money, but if you do not know what to do, your money is worthless. Dahan-dahan maubos yan.
Gusto ko yun.
Di ba? Even you don't have much. But if you know, di ba, may alam ka, di ba, magkakapera ka.
Ang ganda naman. Ang ganda, Raf. Ang dami nating quotable quotes, Sir Chinky. Ang dami namin mapupo sa Facebook. Sir, we have one last question before we have our first break. Ito, from our producer here. Sabi niya dito, Sir Chinky, is it possible for a regular employee like us, for example, in the Philippines, to become a millionaire without owning a business?
Yes, definitely. Because not everyone is called to do a business. Not everyone has the discipline to open a shop, to invest, to have a capex and operational expense to hire people. But I do believe everyone must have an entrepreneurial mindset. Even if you're an employee, pwede kang maging entrepreneur. empleyado ka, tapos bigla na alam mo yung kaibigan mo, nagbebenta ng sasakyan kasi paalis na. Tapos ito, naghanap ng sasakyan. Bago mo connect si A and B, tatanungin mo si A na nagbebenta. Just in case matulungan kita, how much commission can you give me? Di ba? Wala naman anong problema doon. Alangan na ni-refer mo si A and B, siya masaya, si A, si B masaya, ikaw malungkot.
Correct.
Di ba? Without you as the middle person, di ba? As a matter of fact, kung mapapansin mo talaga, ang malaking kinikita ngayon ay yung mga taong walang produkto at wala talagang ano. Like for example, Airbnb, di ba? Meron pa silang property. Wala silang property. Yung Grab, may sasakyan ba siya?
Wala rin.
May driver ba siya?
Wala rin.
Ay, yung mga social media, sino gumagawa ng content?
Yung mga affiliate nila, no?
Oo. From also the online shopping. Meron ba silang produkto na binibenta ng sarili? Wala. They don't own any products.
Galing.
So they are just a medium and a platform. So likewise, you can be a medium and a platform to connect people.
Galing. Alright, so sir, na-amaze ako guys in case you're tuned in to us, it's Capital 104.3. Na-amaze ako kay, of course, our pambansang wealth coach here. So far, so good. Negosyo with you is living up to its reputation. But in the meantime, Sir Chinky, magbe-break muna tayo. Ang ating, we will take you back to the 80s. Ayan. Siyempre. With Buboy, Jim, and Edgar. This is Apple Hiking Society with Blue Jeans. You're still tuned in to Capital 104.3 with Negosyo with Joe. Maraming salamat for tuning in on this Friday, TGI Friday ha. It's now June 5, 2026. And again, in case you've been living under a rock, kilala niyo po ang aming panauhin sa hapong ito. Sige, balik tayo sa programa. Jace and Raph, i-re-welcome natin on the show live in person in the flesh ang pambansang wealth coach, Sir Chinkitan. Sir, welcome back to the show.
Yes, mabuhay kayo. Mabuhay lahat ng mga tao nakikinig at nanonood.
Yun, so sa mga nakikinig nga po sa amin, ang pangunahing goal natin, Sir Chinky, is para nga mabigyan ng insight, mabigyan ng payo ang ating mga fellow Filipinos to raise their awareness on financial literacy. Ngayon, sige sir, diretso na tayo sa ating next question. So ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin kanina yung about mindsetting eh. How crucial, kasi I'm sure you're chink positive, you're a very positive person, pero ano ba yan, sir? Talagang bata ka? Positive ka na ba talaga? How did you develop that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of positivity sa buhay, sir?
Whether we like it or not, how we were raised when we were young directly affects the way you view life today. Kung paano ka pinalaki ng bata ka. And yung environment and things that we've experienced when we were young, majority are all negative. Kahit na gusto mo maging positive, negative talaga.
Okay.
Like for example, people say na positive siya. Pero in reality, kung tatanungin mo, bago ka sumakay ng aeroplano, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Paano kung ano?
Pumagsak.
Kunyari, bago ka mag-exams, paano kung?
Pumagsak din.
Let's say, bago ka magnegosyo, paano kung?
Lugi.
Ayun nga, natural na talagang negative.
Yun no?
Yes, negative talaga. That's the reason why. Challenge yan talaga. Kung hindi ka naging conscious, kung hindi mo binaliktad yung way of thinking mo, ang progress niyan, ang talagang output niyan is negative. So that's the reason why na you have to really be more conscious.
Yeah, you have one of your teachings, sir, yung positive mind. Ano yun, sir?
Positive mindset, positive action, positive result. Wrong mindset, wrong action, wrong result.
Yun nga, sir. Was it difficult for you, sir? Kasi nga, sabi mo, lahat naman tayo mayroong mga struggles and traumas nung bata pa tayo or in our old life. Ano yun, talagang it takes a lot of conscious effort, sir, para baguhin yung klase.
Definitely, yun nga, kailangan you have to change your way of thinking in order for you to change your way of living. Wrong way of thinking, wrong way of living. Right way of thinking, right way of living. Kaya kung hindi mo talaga binago ang iyong mindset, specifically on financial part, financial mindset, definitely mahirapan ka talaga.
Now, ngayon nga, sir, you're as big as you are now. Importante rin po ba yung surrounding yourself with a good team or for a team who shares your vision as well?
Definitely, no man is an island. The only way that you can really grow is if you have people who will help you and support you with your vision. Kasi nga, vision is very important, di ba? But the vision must be shared with other people. Kasi kung ikaw lang nakakaalam ng vision yan, tapos hindi mo yung sinishare sa ibang tao, that's the reason why yung mga sinasabi ko na mga naniniwala sa ginagawa natin, yung mga tunay na kaiponaryos.
Right.
Diba? Because ako naniniwala, bawat Pilipino dapat maging iponaryo. Kasi ang pag-iipon, ang pundasyon ng pag-asenso at pag-unlad. Pag wala kang ipon, paano ka magnenegosyo? Pag wala kang ipon, paano ka mag-i-invest? Pag wala kang ipon, paano mo bibili ang bahay mo, pangarap mo? Wala. Kaya nga ang pinakamahalaga is ipon.
Sir, yun nga, sa mga nanonood nating YouTube channel sa future, meron po tayong, of course, yung libro ni Sir Chinky, yung, yung Diary ng Pulubi. Sir, anong inspiration dyan sa libro na yan?
Hindi, kasi yung isang staff ko kasi na, yun nga, parating sinasabi, uy, baka huwag kayong masyadong mastos, baka mamulubi kayo. So parang, and then after that, during that time, lumabas din yung Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, I know that, yes.
Yeah, so sa pinagdugtong ko, bakit din na kaya akong gumawa ng Diary of a Pulubi? Diba? And then nag-start yan sa pagbablog lang.
Vlog, as in sulat.
Sulat lang,
Okay, sulat.
at ipinost ko sa Facebook. And nung pinost ko sa Facebook ay 100,000 at umabot ng milyon yung mga tao.
Mga shares.
Oo, tapos ang daming comments. Tapos ginawa ko ng series. Nung nagawa ko na ng series yan, 22 series yun. And bigla na lang sinabi ko, ba't ikaw ilagay sa libro?
Compile
Kinumpile ko lang.
When was this, sir?
That, I think that was the year 2008.
Tagal, magta-20 years na wala.
Oo. Ano, 2000, no, I'm sorry, 2009 or 2000, basta matagal na siya. Kaya nga, that book, almost 2 million Filipinos already read that book. 2 million.
And I'm sure marami na rin sila natulong. Ako nga, sir, no, yung sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina off the air, yung asawa ko paborito yan. Kasi siya talaga ipon eh. At sabi mo nga kanina, you cannot, parang, napakaganda ng pundasyon mo yung may pera ka talaga. Kasi nga, ano ka pagsimula, wala kang pera. Pero, sir, kung i-describe mo or in a 1 sentence or 2 sentence, ano yung pinaka soul ng libro na yan? Ano talaga yun?
Yun yung parating sinasabi na yun yung mga common money mistakes ng mga Pinoy, shopping now, pulubi later.
Ay, yung credit card now.
Yeah, credit card now, pulubi later. Diba? Sobrang matulungin now, pulubi later.
Yun yung part na gusto ko, sir. Sobrang matulungin now.
Yeah, you become so generous na nakalimutan mo na yung sarili mo. Wala namang problema na tumulong, pero mag-iwan ka naman para sa sarili mo. Diba?
Kasi sabi ko, sir, yung kaya hindi kayo mayaman, hindi ka talaga yayaman kung tulong ka ng tulong. Wala ka dito sa sarili mo.
Wala naman. Again, walang problema na tumulong kung meron sobra. Eh kung talagang kapos ka, ano itutulong mo?
Ay, nako, medyo tinamaan ako doon ng konti. Anyway, guys, again, it's 4:41 in the afternoon. Meron tayong phone-in question. Sir Chinky, as you can see on our screen, sabi niyo dito, if you suddenly, nawala lahat tomorrow, lost everything tomorrow, what would be the first 3 things that you'd do to recover, sir?
Ang unang gagawin ko first is, I would ask myself, saan ako nagkamali? Why did I lose everything at the first place? Kasi it took you a lifetime to earn the money. It took you a lot of sacrifice to save the money. But it only takes you one bad decision.
Oh.
So you have to understand ano yung pinaka-root cause. Ba't ka nawalan? Diba? Is it because you're too aggressive? Is it because you're too greedy? Diba? Meron ka na eh. Tapos gusto mo pa eh. So you risk everything. There's a saying also, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. Kasi kung wala ka, walang mawawala. Kung meron ka na, maraming mawawala. That's number 1. Number 2, I would also, how would I change, is I would ask myself, ano kailangan ko na gawin right now? Diba? Kasi there's no point of crying over spilled milk. Diba? Ay sana, diba? Hindi, you cannot change the past eh. But you can sure change your future by making the right decision today. And number 3, I'm willing to start again. Start small. Of course. Wag naman, pahintulutan ni Lord. If I don't have not much right now, I'm even willing to clean your comfort room for 50 pesos.
Correct.
If I would have to start from there, I would do it.
So, ibig mong sabihin, sir, for those listening na medyo ka-generation natin in their 40s, 50s, 60s, it's not too late to start anew or start something.
Alam mo, I am very inspired with the story of Colonel Sanders at the age of 65, 200 plus times na he was rejected. But he never gave up. Because quitters never win and winners never quit.
Correct.
Kaya nga napakalaga, habang may buhay ay may
pag-asa.
Hindi, pagsubok.
Tito joke na naman niya. Sa mga tito nakikinig niya sa kotse niyo, ha?
Hindi ba? Hindi, kaya nga kailangan talaga na you should never give up. Di ba? Never ever give up no matter what happens.
Now, speaking of starting something new sa searching, ito na, yung paborito nating tanong. Ngayong 2026, sa pananaw mo, ano ba yung mga pwede nating pasuking negosyo? Paano ba tayo, ano ba magandang investan? Anong mga businesses po ba yung pwede nating pagsimulan?
Alam mo, pinakamaganda yung tinatawag kong patok.
Yan, gusto ko yan.
P-A-T-O-K, no? And when you say patok, una, pagkain. You can never go wrong with food because everybody loves to eat. Filipino loves to eat. Oo, tignan mo yung restaurant, tabi-tabi. Diba? And then after that, T, technology. Anything that does with technology. Diba? And then O, on Patok, online e-commerce, online selling, 'di ba? Affiliate marketing, digital marketing, 'di ba? Video editing, 'di ba? Lahat ng basta sa teknolohiya. And K, yung kalusugan, 'di ba? Kasi ang population ng Pilipinas ay aging na. 'Di ba? Kalusugan, kagandahan, kaputian,
Even
kapayatan.
Oo. Even papaganda yan.
Yes, of course. Yung very yung mga Pinoy, hindi lang mga babae ang medyo conscious sa kanilang look.
Even us.
Yes, even mga kalalakihan right now, nagiging conscious na sila.
Recap lang tayo, sir. So, Patok stands for pagkain,
Technology, online,
and
kagandahan, kalusugan, kaputian, kaperahan, at syempre kapayatan.
kapayatan kasama talaga.
Oo naman, di ba? Lahat gusto talagang look
Medyo
good,
slimmer,
feel good.
feel
Come
good,
on,
yeah.
di ba?
Okay, again, time now, guys. It's 4:45 in the afternoon. We are down to our last few minutes of the show, and we are still here with our Pambansang Wealth Coach, Sir Chinkitan. Sir, we have a last few questions left for you to enlighten us with, inspire us with. Pero singit lang ako ng konting light note, sir. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, guys, si Sir Chinky, of course, naging artista to. Naglaro din ng basketball to. Sir, ilang taon ka ba naging artista? Parang
87 to 94. I think I was 27 during that time.
Bakit, sir? I mean, kwento mo muna kami.
Hindi, I used to produce concerts and shows. So one of the concerts that I produced was for Randy Santiago 1987. We became close friends and I became one of the Howie Boys of Randy Santiago.
Howie Boys.
Taga-Howie ng mga fans.
Correct.
Pumunta na kasi ako sa bahay niya. Binisita ko lang siya. Tapos, may show ako sa may Cubao, sa may Ali Mall. Sama ka. So nung sumama ako, dapat 5 kanta ang kakantahin niya. Naka first song pa lang siya. First song. Nagkaroon na ng mob.
Mob, as in...
Oo, wala. Talagang hindi siya nakakanta. Talagang sinugod siya ng mga tao.
19 ano yan, sir?
87.
87. Paano, sir? I mean, you were one of the Howie Boys. Ano na yan?
Hindi nga kami Howie Boys. Siyempre, kasama lang kami. And because of that, kasi yun nga, may shade siya. A lot of people wants to get the shade as a remembrance. And they want to see what's behind the shades. So kami na, dun na pinotektahan naman.
Siya.
So that was the birth of Howie Boys in 1987.
Howie Boys in 1987. Kasi may concert si Sir Randy at pinagkaguluhan siya, yun na yun.
Yes, and then from there, sumasama na kami sa lunch date, tapos nilalabas na ako sa lunch date. Sabi ko, ano gagawin ko, hindi mo artista? Diba, sumama ka lang. So, it was just for fun. And then from there, I got discovered, my first movie was I Love You 3 Times a Day with Jimmy Santos. And then Estudiante Blues, Student Body, tuloy-tuloy na yon up to 1994.
Pasensya nyo na po ba't ako natatawa kasi mga reference ni Sir Chinky. Parang ano pa to mga panahon ng mga nanay.
Oo naman.
So, ayun. So, guys, bago siya naging ganito siya. I mean, she's now a big name in the industry. Nag-artista yan. At syempre, sa mga sa amin sa industriya ng radyo, naging DJ din to, sir.
Oo.
Anong kwento nun, sir? Naging DJ ka rin?
Kasi madalas nga ako nagpuproduce ng concert. Pumupunta ako ng KC at saka ng TM. Siyempre, si Baby Michael, nagpapaalam ko kay, yung Mike Enriquez.
Where's Mike?
Yes, pagkatapos noon, si Rudolph Rivera sa KC, meron siyang show sa gabi. And then sinabi niya, baka gusto mo mag-sidekick sa akin.
Sidekick? As in fellow host?
Yeah, co-host ko. Co-host ako. And then ako si Mr. Yo.
Ikaw pala yun!
Ako lang yung kamusta na, Mr. Yo! Yan lang yung trabaho ko.
Gano'n ginawa, sir?
Tagal yan, mga 1-2 taon din.
Tagal din.
So because of that exposure, and yun nga, it really gave birth also for my interest to be also in the public broadcasting. And then second exposure ko was with DZMM naman, that with Radyo Negosyo.
Right.
With Car Balita.
Sir Carlo.
Yes.
Carlo.
So magkasama kami for almost 2 years. And then from there, and then yun nga, nagbigay ng opportunity ang 92.3 News FM during that time to start my show. Yun na yung Chink Positive.
Sir, despite all the things that you do na hindi mo na masiksik sa isang araw, may pinagkakabalan ka ba? So, I mean, yung lighter, like hobby, ano ba ang interest mo? Basketball pa rin ba? Or sports?
Hindi, ang hobby ko magbilang ng pera.
Magandang hobby yun. Sana all. Magandang hobby yan, guys.
Yeah, kasi it's my passion. Actually, it's not about the money. It's about creation. Yung parang, you're proving to yourself na kaya mo pa.
Right.
Diba? People don't understand this The billionaires, they don't need more money. But they just want to know if they have the capability still to create.
Right.
Diba? And that's the reason why ako naman, I sometimes take my frustration not on myself already, but to empower and equip others and help others because I see potential with other people.
Galing.
Kaya nga sinasabi ko, kaya mo yan. Turuan lang kita. So, ang dami talaga. Like for example, one of the best memories that I have was when a person by the name of Marta Ping reached out to me. That was around 2020 of mga, I think, March. Sinagsulat siya sa Facebook, sir, dati akong houseboy, naging construction worker ako, nakikinig ako, sinusundan ko, binasa ko lahat ng libro mo. Right now, I'm a construction businessman in Davao City with 100 million pesos in asset.
Nakakatindig ba yun?
Sobra, as in sobra talaga. So, these are the moving stories that I hear na talagang that really parang sinasabi ko, I've touched one person's life and this person's life was changed because they changed the way of thinking.
Sir, gusto ko yung kasi parang nakikita ko kung kilala mo si Gary Vaynerchuk, sir.
Yeah.
Parang nakikita ko sa iyo na parang it's never too late, tas do what you want, do what you love.
Yeah.
Tapos parang, yun nga, tapos nung binalikan siya nung naturuan din niya. So,
Yeah.
ang sarap siguro. Kamusta feeling, sir?
Talaga, for me, this is my calling and my purpose in life. Yung parang, always remember, life has a purpose. Without purpose, it's meaningless. Kaya kailangan malaman mo talaga ang first thing, the first miracle that can ever happen to a person's life is the day that you were born. Second miracle, when you discovered your purpose. And then how would you know your purpose? Very simple lang yan. You just need to learn what you are good at. Saan ka magaling?
Galing.
At pag magaling ka na doon, galingan mo.
Galing, grabe.
Diba?
Sir, wala akong masabi, Jace. Wala akong masabi lang. Kasi ang galing, parang this is a masterclass in how you deal with life. Ito na yun, sir, no? Pero gusto ko yung sinasabi mo na it's never too late. Just keep on doing what you love. And basta, it's not really about the money.
Yeah.
It's doing what your purpose is.
Yeah.
So, ay nako, sir. Anyway, we're running out of time, pero meron tayong last question, Sir Chinky, na we always ask our guests here. Yung tinatawag naming Negosyo Nugget of the Day. Ang tanong namin, sir, if you're able to travel back in time and have a conversation with your younger self, parang Gemini man ito, you know? In the realm of entrepreneurship, what advice would you give your younger self?
I would advise myself to learn about investment at a very young age. During my time kasi, wala kasing vehicle Wala kasing opportunity to invest.
Okay. Wala opportunity ako.
Yeah, walang opportunity to invest. Saan ka mag-i-invest during that time? Diba? Wala Wala siyang mga stock market. Yung stock market, very traditional. Kailangan pumunta ka pa ng stocks. Kailangan may broker ka pa. Not unlike right now, it's already online. So, if I were you, I will tell myself, alamin mo.
Pwede.
Diba? I missed the point during the time nung nagka-Bitcoin. Na-miss ko rin yun. Hindi ko rin alam. Kasi hindi ko nga naintindihan. So right now, I think the greatest opportunity right now, that's the greatest equalizer for all, is when you learn AI. Yung artificial intelligence. Kahit na ikaw ay houseboy lang, diba? Pag natuto ka, pwede kang gumaling. Sing mga katulad ng mga hindi pa nga nagtatapos sa mga malalaking eskwelahan. Diba? Yan ang greatest equalizer for me, education.
Galing. So, wala na akong masabi, guys. Sobrang siksik-liglig nung naging usapin natin. Sir, siguro bago tayo tuluyan magtapos, if ever you have someone or plug your shows, if you have any events coming up, or if please talk to our guests and invite them. Go ahead, sir.
So guys, I just want to encourage you, if you want to change your life, you have to change your mind. Just follow me at all my socials, especially yung sa YouTube channel ko. I just recently interviewed si Carlo Ople. And not only that, I'm also going to release this coming Saturday. Abangan nyo, I've interviewed the one and only Dr. Tony Liachon. Si Doc Tony, pinag-usapan naman namin health and finance. Ano yung relationship ng pera sa kalusugan? Ano mangyayari pag hindi mo binantayan ng kalusugan mo? Ano magiging epekto pagdating sa pera?
And with that said, again, Sir Jinky, thank you so much, sir.
Mabuhay.
Wala makita sa camera.
Yes, mabuhay kayo, mga kapatid.
Salamat. Ayan, sa mga nakikinig sa amin on your radio stations, maraming salamat po. Like, audience lang tayo yan. Audience here. So kami po dito ay both starstruck and life-struck with our guest today. Siksik-liglig, no? Parang ayoko na hindi katulad ni Sir Jinky. Joke lang po sa mga guest namin, ha? So just the same, thank you so much for tuning in.
Negosyo with Joe on Capital 104.3.